The Law Comedy Revue is an institution that has been passed on from generation to generation. The very first Law Review dates back to 1472, when Heinrich Frank Revue decided that laughter, not antibiotics, was the best cure for the bubonic plague. He was grievously mistaken, and about a third of the world's population was tragically wiped out. However, the first review was a resounding success, and so began a long and proud tradition which continues on to this very day. But who exactly was this Heinrich Revue? And why was he so devastatingly funny? We sent a team of researchers off to Antarctica to find the answers to these very questions. But so far, nothing. So my own investigations led me here, to Steiermark, Austria, to uncover the truth about Revue's life. Heinrich Frank Revue was born here, and again later here, only to be tragically cut down in his prime, aged 109. His love for comedy was equalled only by his love of smut and human blood. Whilst we don't know much about Revue the man, we do know a great deal about the institution of the Comedy Revue, namely that they grew more and more lavish each year, eventually including court jesters, French maids, and even circus clowns, until it was unanimously decided that clowns aren't in fact funny, just very, very scary. The tradition continued, sweeping across Europe and eventually finding a home in the United Kingdom. Indeed, if Cambridge and Oxford are the heart and soul of the University Revue, then Melbourne and Monash are its little toe and sphincter, respectively. Whilst on a recent visit to Melbourne, I managed to track down the only living descendant of Heinrich Revue, one Mr Shaun Revue, who has since changed his surname to McAuliffe for a variety of legal and practical purposes. I caught up with Mr Revue earlier to see what he had to say about the current swath of university comedy revues.
People often ask me, they say, Sean, you're a very funny man, you're a comic genius. And I like agreeing with the word genius. That's for others to say, not me. But when they do praise me, I often just throw in a joke about an Irishman and some other nationality and another one, and they laugh, and it seems to work.
Can you tell us that joke now?
Yeah, sure, yeah, okay. Well, okay. There's yes, very good, isn't it?
That's not so much funny as it is racist, wouldn't you say?
Oh, I wouldn't use the word racist. No. I have a lot of a lot of Asian friends, and the community generally find it very funny. So
yes,
no.
but surely it's still really rather.
No, I don't think it is racist, because I think it's funny, irrespective of whether it's racist or not. As I said, I have a lot of friends who are Asian who think that's hilarious.
How many Asian friends do you have exactly?
Well, I don't want to go listing off. I mean, I will if you like. I've got there's at least up to two of my friends are Asian. Not quite two, obviously, but.
So you have just one Asian friend? Then?
I do. I have one Asian friend. He laughed heartily at that joke.
Now, where exactly is he from?
He's from Brazil.
That's not actually in Asia.
Well, it's very close. It is in the other hemisphere. I give you that. But there are a lot of Brazilian Japanese who live in there and go back. But he happens to be in Australia. So and he was born in Brazil with a Sino influence. I think his doctor was Japanese or Scottish or something. I don't know.
Right, well what do you think of the current swath of reviews, in particular the Melbourne University Law Review, which some are touting as the best since the Cambridge Circus? Would you agree with such a statement?
No, it's crap. Too much reliance on video footage, I think. Particularly this bit, which does go on a bit. I mean, they're hanging on the end of it. Really finished about 4 minutes ago, didn't it?
Well, it's a yes from Mr Revue, so why don't you decide?